I've noticed that ever since I started studying in a foreign language, the way I speak my native language, English, has changed. Which brings me to this video. Is it possible to forget your native language? So what would happen to me is whenever I'm having a conversation in English, my native language, for some reason I can't recall the word. So for example, I'll be in the middle of a conversation and I would stop and I'll be like, what is that word? What is the word that I'm looking for? And the most frustrating thing is that I can recall the word in Spanish, but for some reason I cannot remember the word in English. And I always feel like an idiot because I can't remember. Another thing that would happen to me is sometimes I'll be talking to a friend in English and the Spanish would come out, or vice versa, knowing well that they don't speak Spanish or that my Spanish friends don't speak English. It just becomes such a habit for me to speak in Spanish. Another thing that has happened to me is that I've noticed that I begin to speak my native language much slower. Kind of like my brain is trying to fill in the blanks with what word is supposed to come next. And overall, my vocabulary has gone down and my English has become very dull and basic. And for all these years, I thought I was alone and I was an idiot and no one else experienced that. And recently, I discovered an article, and turns out this entire process is called language attrition and language activation. So language attrition is the process of losing a native language and is generally caused by the isolation from speakers of that native language and the acquisition of a second language. So what happens is the brain suppresses one language to make it easier to learn the other. And language activation is kind of where both languages are fighting each other in the brain. And the one that comes out when you speak is the one that wins. That's why, although this rarely happens, I may be talking to someone in English and the Spanish would come out, or vice versa. It's crazy. Anyone who speaks two languages will experience some form of language attrition. You never actually forget your native language, rather it becomes less active.